Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue sur Corsair. Pour votre sécurité, veuillez respecter les consignes qui vont être présentées. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Corsair. For your safety, please follow the instructions you're about to see. Merci de nous accorder votre attention. Thank you for your attention. Votre ceinture et celle de votre bébé doivent être correctement attachées et ajustées à chaque fois que le signal lumineux apparaît. Your seatbelt, as well as your infants, must be securely fastened and adjusted whenever the overhead sign is illuminated. En classe business, il est impératif d'attacher votre ceinture 3 points durant le décollage et l'atterrissage. En phase de croisière, la ceinture à la taille suffit. In business class, your shoulder and lap belt must be securely fastened during takeoff and landing. During our flight, the lap belt will suffice. Pour détacher votre ceinture, soulevez la partie supérieure de la boucle. To unfasten your seat belt, simply lift the top part of the buckle. Pendant la durée du voyage, tous les appareils électroniques doivent être en mode avion. All electronic devices must be kept in airplane mode for the duration of our flight. Vos ordinateurs doivent être éteints et rangés durant le décollage et l'atterrissage. Your laptops must be switched off and stowed during takeoff and landing. En cas d'évacuation, laissez vos bagages dans les coffres. Les issues de secours sont situées à l'avant, au centre et à l'arrière. Repérez-les le plus vite possible. Elles peuvent se trouver derrière vous. In the event of an evacuation, leave your carry-on items in the overhead compartments. Emergency exits are located at the front, in the middle, and at the rear of the aircraft. Please find the emergency exit nearest you as quickly as possible. They may be behind you. Suivez ensuite le marquage au sol et dirigez-vous rapidement vers l'issue la plus proche. Then, follow the illuminated markings on the floor and move rhythmically towards the nearest emergency exit. En cas de dépressurisation, un masque tombera devant vous. If there is a loss of cabin pressure, a mask will drop down in front of you. Tirez sur le masque, positionnez-le sur le visage, puis passez l'élastique derrière la tête. Pull down on the mask, position it over your face and slip the elastic band over your head. Assurez-vous que le masque soit bien ajusté avant d'aider vos enfants ou une personne en difficulté. Make sure your mask is securely adjusted before assisting your children or persons in need. Votre gilet de sauvetage peut se trouver sous votre siège ou bien sous la coudoir centrale. Your life jacket can be found under your seat or under the central armrest. Il s'enfile par l'encolure. Passez la sangle autour de votre taille. Et gonflez-le une fois sorti de l'avion en tirant sur le cordon rouge. S'il ne fonctionne pas, gonflez-le avec la bouche. Your life jacket should be put on over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist and inflate the jacket once you're outside the aircraft by pulling on the red cord. You can also inflate by blowing into the tube. Vous pouvez retrouver l'ensemble des consignes de sécurité dans la pochette du siège devant vous. You can find the entire list of safety instructions in the pocket of the seat in front of you. Les turbulences peuvent se produire. Lorsque la consigne s'allume, regagnez le siège le plus proche et attachez votre ceinture. La ceinture à la taille suffit. We may encounter turbulence. When the illuminated sign is switched on, please return to the nearest available seat and fasten your seat belt. Your lap belt will suffice. Respectez l'interdiction de fumer, y compris dans les toilettes, pour ne pas vous exposer à des poursuites. La mise en charge de la cigarette électronique est interdite. En cas de défaillance ou de perte d'appareil électronique, informez immédiatement le personnel de cabine et ne manipulez pas votre siège. We remind you that it's illegal to smoke on our airplane, including in the toilets. The charging of electronic cigarettes is also not permitted. In case of failure or loss of your electronic device, please alert the cabin crew before adjusting your seat to prevent damage to the device. Veuillez prendre garde aux chutes d'objets à l'ouverture des coffres à bagages. Please look at falling objects when opening the overhead storage compartments. Avant le décollage ou l'atterrissage, le dossier de votre siège doit être redressé. La tablette, le porte-gobelet, les repose-pieds rangés et les accoudoirs baissés. Quant aux cache-hublots, ils doivent être relevés. Before take-off or landing, your seat back must be returned to the upright position. The tray table, cup holder and footrest must be stowed, and the armrest lowered. As for the window shades, they must be raised. Le personnel muni d'un badge rouge est garant de votre sécurité à bord. The crew member wearing a red badge is in charge of your safety on board. Nous vous remercions de votre attention. Thank you for your attention. Et vous souhaitons un agréable vol en notre compagnie. We wish you a pleasant flight with us.
really fascinated with this commercial because as you can see, this is actually a flight commercial. And the issue is, especially the issue which is so important in this is they tend to give you rules and regulations that you need to follow when you're going to take that plane, which is actually genius way. And guess what? They tend to use Giantess characters in terms of like enacting and representing the rules and laws. One of the rules that I liked is no smoking on toilets, which is actually kind of like strange because I get it, you're in the plane, and if you want to smoke, how can you go and smoke freely? Because as you can see, when you are watching, there's a sign like no smoking. So it means most of the passengers sometimes they may tend to go to the toilet so that they can be able to smoke, which is actually wild and crazy. You should not do that though. That is actually bad. You need to follow the rules, especially on planes, because planes are really unique. And you need to focus on the laws that are being represented to you so that you can have a safe flight and a really good journey. And the thing that is so fascinating about this like commercial is they had to have this Giantess character who's actually like, can I say an air hostess who tends to show like how you should act and do when you're inside the flight. Because as you can see, this is actually a Corsair flight commercial where it's like a plane. I think it's from French because you can see when you're going to watch this commercial, there's some part which are English and there's some part which is French. So I think this like is a French commercial, which is related to planes, because that is really cool. I like the concept because as you can see, this commercial has Giantess characters who tend to represent different roles and how you need to act inside a plane, and also has like these tiny characters who tend to support the Giantess characters in terms of like representation when the character is representing different things to the audience. So that is actually like unique because now you have two characters. You have tiny characters and also you have this amazing Giantess character in front of you who tends to give you different ways of how you should act and what you should do when you're inside that kind of flight. So which is so cool. And that's actually genius because there's a lot of commercials that are going which are shown on TV, but getting different concept of different commercials, like you have to use Giantess characters inside a commercial, which is actually important because as you can see, what do you expect to see this commercial? To me, I'm expecting to see this commercial on TV and also maybe on the airport, because when you're going to the airport, you are going to find different commercials which are related to planes. So this commercial will be unique than other commercials that are being represented by other planes or flights or companies and stuff, aviation companies, which is actually crazy. So this is going to tend to be interesting because it has like uniqueness in terms of like having the characters who are representing and showing the product or representing the product that they tend to give services to the clients or maybe passengers or like that. And as you can see, in normal sense or in reality, if me, I was like focusing on finding a plane where I can go maybe to France or where whatever, and I come across with this kind of like commercial, I may be interested in going to that plane first because the commercial is actually really cool. We have Giantess characters, and also as you can see, my channel is dedicated to Giantess characters and also tiny characters. So just by being introduced in this new form of commercial, which is actually unique, I first, as a fan of Giantess characters in different TV shows and ads, I may be interested like, oh, this commercial is really cool. So you know what? Let me check it out. And I may be interested in going to that plane so that I can see like, okay, let's see what is going on inside a plane. Or maybe if I was planning to go in France, maybe I'm going to use that opportunity to go to that flight, which is actually crazy. So to me, this ad is actually 100%. I give it 100% because as you can see, as a viewer, I'll be interested in going to that plane just because of the uniqueness of a commercial that it was represented. In every state, it has different kind of characters, because as you can see, we have a Giantess character who is representing, and also we have a miniature character who is tiny in size and tend to support the Giantess character in the representation of different rules that people have to follow who are going to be inside the plane. That's actually genius. We have a bird. Yes, we have a bird. I don't know why. So yeah. So guys, if you're watching this video, please tell me in the comments what you think. And how or what can you rate? What is your rate? Oh, rate this commercial to 1 to 100 because I want to know. Because to me, I may rate this. I'm rating this commercial as 100 because as you can see, it has uniqueness. Even though there's no like buildings and stuff, but it tends to have this really uniqueness because it's easy, because when you see characters are like behind like this really cool set with just the same color, which is actually so professional, because as you can see, you don't need to have a lot in the commercials which is related to planes. And you can see most of the people in the airport don't have time to watch a lot of like full commercial, because as you can see, this commercial is actually long, almost 5 minutes long. So that's what you can see. They tend to make it like really professional, like it's like a business wise, like it does not have a lot. So tell me in the comments. Tell the comments what you think and how you can rate. What is your rate on these commercials? Because I'm really curious, and if you know that, tell me in the comments. And if you're really new to this YouTube channel, please, my name is Michael Shatsik, and all the contents in this YouTube channel are based on Giantess characters in basically TV, movies, and commercials as well. So if you want to support the channel, you can subscribe, and also you can leave a like to this video so that people can enjoy this video as you do. And stay safe. And if you're really interested in watching other videos, you can go to my second channel where you can go there and subscribe and watch other videos. So thank you very much.